Hello everybody, today we have beautiful Dell Precision 5480 series. It's an Intel Core i7 13th gen laptop with beautiful graphics, RTX A1000. Let's take it apart, let's see what we can fix, replace or upgrade. Start with bottom screws. You need a T4 Torx screwdriver. Alright, now we have to separate the bottom case. So find the gap where you can place your tool in. And use only plastic tool, otherwise you can scratch your parts. So once you find the gap, work your way around the edge to disconnect all the clips. Alright, and the bottom is off. So here we have the part number. And now we can access all the internal components. So always start with disconnecting the battery. And now we can take it out. So if the battery doesn't hold the charge or it's swollen, you can replace it. Okay, so watch out here, the Wi-Fi cable antenna is routed through the battery, so let's disconnect the antenna wires. Alright, now we can take out the battery. Here we have the part number and the battery type. Now let's check under that cover. That's our storage. So if your laptop doesn't boot and tells you there is no boot device, or you would like to upgrade your storage to the bigger one, this is how you can do it. So that's the actual SSD drive, NVMe SSD drive. And that metal part, it's just extension, so you can use longer drive. Right, now let's see our speakers. Very often when the sound is bad, you would like to replace them. So disconnect them from the motherboard. Take out this one screw here. And now we can take out the speaker. So if the sound is bad, you can replace your speakers. Do the same on the opposite side. Okay, so those are our speakers. Here we have the part number. Now let's see our heatsink and the fan. So if the laptop overheats and you would like to add cooling paste or replace the cooling paste between the heatsink and the processor, this is how you can do it. Unscrew all the screws. And now gently lift the heatsink. Be careful, it may be stuck to the processor, so don't bend it. If you bend it, it won't work. Alright, so that's our heatsink, that's our part number. Here we can see our graphics and the processor, they both soldered on the motherboard. So if they don't work, you have to replace the whole motherboard. Here we have our fan, cooling fan. So if the fan doesn't spin or it's making grinding noise, replace it. So unscrew these screws here, and this is how we can take it out. Here we have the part number. Do the same on the opposite side, and you can take out the other fan. Here we have the part number. Now let's see, so that's our Wi-Fi card. Unfortunately, it's soldered on the motherboard. So if the Wi-Fi doesn't work, you have to replace the whole motherboard. So now we are pulling the motherboard. Unscrew all the remaining screws. Okay, for this we need the T4 screwdriver, so we'll do it in a moment. Okay, now let's change the screwdriver so we can disconnect the video cable. So that's our video cable. Okay, now let's check. Oh, let's disconnect all the remaining connectors. Like for the touchpad. Let's see if we can pull it out already. Oh, one more connector here. Oh, and now the connector on the back. Okay, and now the motherboard is free. Here we have the part number. Okay, now let's take off that hinge screws so we can free our Palmrest keyboard assembly. So those are hinges for the screen. So now gently unfold the hinges, and we can disconnect our Palmrest touchpad keyboard assembly. So here, that's our DC power jack. So if that doesn't work, you can replace it. Sorry, that's an audio jack. And here we have our power button. So if the power button doesn't work, you can also replace it. Take out these screws here. So that's our power button. And let's check the touchpad. So if the touchpad doesn't work, you should be able to replace just the touchpad. Unscrew these screws. There is more screws on the top. So let's disconnect the keyboard. And now we can take out the touchpad. Make sure don't rip any cable. They're very fragile. So that's our part number. That's the touchpad. As for the keyboard, looks like it's riveted to the Palmrest and you cannot replace it. Let's check under. Yeah, it's riveted, no screws. So if you need to replace the keyboard, look for the whole keyboard Palmrest assembly. Check gotlaptopparts.com if you need your parts. And that's the part number for the keyboard. And that's our screen. It's very fragile. I wouldn't recommend to take it apart. So if you need the screen, look for the whole screen assembly on eBay or gotlaptopparts.com. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.